Glenelg defence. They've been damaged with the loss of Raiders and Sherwood. They've been under a lot of pressure in this last half, and to date, they've stood reasonably tall. They really need to generate that run from defence that has been a trademark of their season.
McConey in once again. Jamison, one hand, one touch. Cook comes down with the football. Great tackle from behind by Floriani. Some tough work being done here by the Eagles since half-time. Melody across to Kelly. Kelly on to Hill. Hill down the line. Where's Nicholas? Again, McCartney back then. He's really starting to dominate across that half-back line. McCartney comes in board. Again, we see Colville. He's working up and down the ground as he should. He will feature very high Tuesday night's McGarry medal count.
Just runs hard at the footy every time. Understands when he needs to hold the ball in the area. Very, very desperate.
Holland deep into the forward zone. Chris Kluzak and Gigny. That's a mismatch, by the way. That is a real mismatch.
Yeah, Mark Nayley called it before. Chris Kluzak, albeit 6 foot, he still is very, very fast. Pratt should have held that mark, and Tony McGuinness has been restricted with his options because of the players that are off the ground and won't take any further part in the game, but that is a fair mismatch.
I think that's a pretty good point, Pacey. I don't know that Tony McGuinness has got any other options. Holland flicks it out. Matty Kluzak had the kick smothered by Rouvray. Well, look at the players just battling hard for the ball. Kluzak, that was Chris type. Off the ground it was Pyman, Dillon. Now Matty Kluzak upended, tackled by Rouvray and Piccioni. This one's going to go down to the wire. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
There's fantastic stuff there. The Glenelg defence has been besieged for about 45 minutes. The Eagles have had enormous scoring opportunities down there, and they've stood tight thus far.
Bounce down once again. Big Matty Golding's in there. Gives it across to Jamison. Back to Chigwidden. Chigwidden just lays it across the boundary line.
Inside 50 in the first half. Glenelg were in front by 10. Now we see the Eagles 46 to 38, so that's a fair difference and a true indication that the Eagles have had the majority of the ball in the last half.
5-point ball game. Again, Bigland's in front of Golding's. Been outstanding in the second half. Just knocks the ball forward. Bit of bash and crash. Keep the ball alive. Coming up with it was, looks like Carr. Carr lays it out here. Floriani and Hill. This will be a great contest. Floriani, a little fleet-footed. He takes on Hill. Gives him McCarthy. McCarthy over the top. Looks for Kluzak. Kluzak over his left shoulder. It's high. Where's the marking power of Pavlik? He pushes and shoves. 1-2 grab, comes down with it. Try to skittle the ball across the ground. Colville somehow come up with it. Oh, the Tigers fans are just appreciative of how hard their backline has worked since halftime.
It's just terrific desperation, isn't it? Right down to the wire.
Bigland's front position. Thumps it down. Pyman couldn't get through the traffic. That was a funny old Russell Ebert type handball. Dillon to the point of the square. It was a good disciplined kick. Pulling and shoving. No free kick and thumped across the line. Well, you got your money's worth today.
There's no doubt about it. We just mentioned in the first half, both sides a little bit nervous. Mistakes were there. But this last half has just been a display of sheer desperation and running power.
60 plays 55. It's a 5-point ball game. Colville sets out after this one. Just looks for some options. Evades the tackle on Kelly. Kelly got him around the hips. It was a very good tackle. McNally calls for holding the ball. Higgins pirouettes around. Well, that was exciting. Delivers it up into the midfield. Underneath this one, Nicholas down from centre half forward. A long way from his position of finding the ball. Heel had the ball smothered. Good work, Sicolella. Releases Holland. Charging through. Well done, Josh Carr. Cuts it off. Higgins. Quick one. Chigwidden. Little flick. Piccioni dragged the ground, still dispatched the handball into the forward zone now, and Bode turns on the left, around the corner he goes, finding space. Where's McEntee? Couldn't quite get to the contest. Fruin really has smothered him today, and Fruin must be amongst the...
Has made it difficult in the Glenelg. Supporters are looking for a deliberate out of bounds as we see Matthew Golding come off the ground. He looks a bit groggy. And Mark Lister comes on to take his place.
He's thrown in. McCarthy with a change of handballs. They've got Kluzak out wide. He goes in that direction. Tippy, you got to commit yourself. He was there, neither there, here, or there in that contest. He's playing now, and Dillon takes it. Visca! What a tackle by Mark Visca! Holy!
Well, that was magnificent. magnificent stuff, wasn't he? He ran 30 metres to grab him there, and along with Andrew Rogers, Mark Fisker, that is magnificent stuff. Had to be holding the ball, had plenty of opportunity to get rid of it, and very stiff there, Mark Fisker.
Oh, this is fantastic football. It's SAN NFL. It's live and exclusive to the ABC Sport. It's in towards forward. Kluzak goes back with the umpire hides his whistle behind his back once again. He's got Piccone running through the middle. Heads up towards Nicholas. It's been a fantastic duel this afternoon. 25 is Dutchy Holland. Can't quite pick this one up. In there again is Chiggy. Coming through hard as Whelan. Whelan will go across to McCartney. Gives it back to Holland. Holland faked the kick and looks up. Colville inside 50. Terrific build up there from the back line.
Just the running power of the Eagles there through defence. Young Whelan, who's been very good all day, along with Dutchy Holland, who's come on and really provided some spark back there. And Gavin Colville just hasn't stopped working all day. Finds himself with an opportunity to kick a goal from 45.
Little Ginger holds the ball down. He's had an outstanding season of football. Puts it high. It's into the teeth of the breeze here. Jumpers are there. Kluzak, also Biglands. We're looking for a sucker off the ground. I think there was one there. We'll wait and see. Thank you. 2 fingers to go up to goal. I'll have to see the replay. I think it might have been Dylan or Pyman.
Dylan off the ground, I think. We'll just have a look at it, Mark, if we get the opportunity. Whelan running hard from defence, as we mentioned. McCarthy and Holland have both been good. Colville here against the breeze, gets it to the top of the square. Well, if it wasn't Pyman, then Dylan certainly finished it off, didn't he?
Maybe Pyman, I think. I think it was over the line.
The initial one.
I reckon it was Pyman.
We'll give it to Pyman.
I think you do. I think Pyman had the touch that went across the line, and Dylan was just there to finish it. Alistair Burke. Desperate days now for Glenelg. Can they mount a challenge? They've defeated the Eagles 3 times this year. Well done, Higgins, over the top to Chigwidden. Rogers just cut it off at the pass, the old cowboy style. And Whelan, short to Fruin, who takes a good one-hander. 12.5 minutes gone, plenty of time for Glenelg to get right back into the contest. They trail by 11 points, and they've got the firepower up forward in McEntee and Corns. Rouvray, right high across the top, dumps it across the line. Well, Pyman got the little touch, the initial one. And Pyman claims it, by the way, fellas, and Dylan finishes it off.
We always do, don't you?
Ball's down, Higgins again. Rogers, outstanding second half of football by the captain. Comes up again, Pavlik has been quiet. Just pushes the ball forward to Colville. An opportunity here. McCartney runs in from 55 metres and drills one home. McCartney from centre half back.
Well, he's been good all day, Nails, hasn't he? I mean, he's been terrific in defence along with Andrew Rogers there. Just adding that extra dimension to cap off an outstanding game. 24 touches from the half-back flank. Gets the opportunity to run inside 50 and doesn't let his teammates down with an excellent penetrating kick into the breeze, and that's a real team lifter.
Big occasion player, John McCarthy.
He likes to kick a goal too, David. He kicked 100 goals a couple of seasons in a row for North Hobart.
Actually, you're an old Tasmanian, Michael, you'd know that. Biglands, the big slap away. Burke dragged off it by Hugh Grinick. Burke goes after it again. Sicolella smothered the handball. Carr flicks it out to Kelly. Low centre of gravity, just forced his way through, gives it off to Tipper Matameri. Now in turn, it's Jamison. They're mounting a charge, Glenelg. It's heel, straight, and long towards McEntee, and he's got it.
Oh, great mark.
That's a mark. He is an exciting player, McEntee, and the one who could turn it.
Exactly right, David. I mean, he's the sort of player that when a side needs to lift, he just jumped early and hung in the air. And an ability to keep his eye on the ball. Took a fantastic mark. He really needs to go back and nail this if the Bays are going to stop this flow. Very, very quiet day by his standards. He's had 3 kicks, no handles.
He's got 1 goal, 26 goals, 14 for the year. Heads their goal kicking, and this is a very important kick. The Glenelg fans like it. The goal umpire likes it. Can they mount a challenge? That's his second.
That's the second. There's absolutely nothing in this now. Rod Jamieson continuing to run from defence, and Simon Hill, we got it long and hard into that area. McEntee just floated across in front of the pack. Fair sort of player to be able to do that against the defence of Fruin and Hall. More importantly, goes back, kicks the goal, and certainly keeps the Bays well within touch.
61 plays, 72, 11-point ball game. We're 15.5 minutes into this last quarter. Down to Colville once again. Left leg is high. Going back with the play will be Burke. He puts his eyes on the football only and takes a good mark. Wants to get the ball moving. Gives it across the Carr. Carr needs support through the midfield. Looks up. He's kicked to the biggest man on the field.
Oh! Mark of the year. Easy. Straight over the top.
That took. Let's go back to that. Where's the play? It's back here with Dutchie. He's kicked the cogs off. Let's get back to it through. And where are we? Matthew Kluzak should take this. He does. Matty Kluzak comes out wide. Kicked the back out the full. We've got a moment.
We've got time to get back to that again.
What do you reckon about this, fellas?
Well, that's one of the best marks you will ever see. Tony Antrobus did it. Brett Burton flew straight over the top, and I reckon he was another foot above that, David.
Well, the chef
unbelievable.
The chef was cooking, no doubt about that. That is a beauty, and one that will go down as one of the all-time greats of SANFL footy. Pachoni drives from half-back towards half-forward. McEntee, I think he's mounting his own personal challenge. Not paid this time. Fruin over the top of the ball, doesn't get it clear, and the umpire has no option but to bounce. We're almost 17 minutes in, and we'll have another look at the angle of this. Paisley, talk us through it.
Oh, it's just leapt through the air and just gone straight over his opponent on the side there, and then held the ball to the ground. Actually marked it on his chest, and as you rightly said, that's the best mark you'll ever see at this competition.
Oh, got me going. Bowe should have been paid a free kick there. The umpire just caught out of. You can see a free kick coming back here between Corns and McCartney. I just couldn't quite see it. I knew it was there. Umpire very quick to blow his whistle. McCartney takes it, just settles things down. He'll head towards Biglands. There's no doubt about that. He moves towards the centre of the ground, just Biglands. Up against Rouvray. Good work there by Biglands. Just knocks the ball forward. Carr takes him on. Gives the handball out. What can Tippy do? Runs into power. Could have been Kluzak with Cicarella. Coming through hard there was Kelly. Tries to get rid of it. There is Kluzak this time. Pushes it out wide. The little tipper's there. Knocked on. Floriani just keeps the ball alive. Carr again's in there. Tips it up. Tippy now needs eyes only for the football. He does it this time. Across the hill. Fake there by Jamieson. Comes back inside the Rouvray. Rouvray will head up towards corner. McEntee. Oh, he's missed another one. Comes up again. Great second effort. Great collision coming through. McEntee's down, as is Whelan. Great clash of bodies there. Oh, it's on again.
Give the umpires a pat on the back.
Absolutely, they've played the game on all day, but just the ferocity and the way both sides have attacked the footy has been absolutely magnificent. Whelan, who really is a hard nut, a real tough player, attacked the ball hard, I suppose, but they held the ball in the area. It's been fantastic stuff.
McEntee had the ball smothered by Rogers and Fruin. It's McCarthy. Though they combine well, McCarthy, Fruin and Rogers. The chef, Sujai Cook, former Norwood player, now in a final series with Glenelg. Kelly, also a former Norwood player. Around the corner on the left boot. What a wonderful story is Kelly's. 2 knee reconstructions. Oh, Bowe! You've just got a chance to be a hero, don't you? You just put that one through, the emotion riding high. But a point.
They've lifted the Bays. McEntee took a mark in the forward line, kicked a goal. It's given them a little bit of momentum, and they've really rallied hard. Now the pressure's back on the Eagles side.
Stevie Hall comes back with the ball. He'll head out again for Biglands. Out there is Jamieson, also Rouvray. Oh, mark's been taken back here by Ugrinnick in front of Burke.
Probably had the better of that duel, I would have thought, David. He's been excellent, Adam Ugrinnick.
Well,
forward quarters.
It's made for him today. Lights and a hot, dry oval.
Punch down. Favours the Tiger few trick through Chick Whitten. Comes up now again for Corns. Grace ball from behind. Terrific work there by Fruin. Gets the ball down. Pearce will be tackled as he kicks it. It's favoured by the kick there. Finds
Shirley.
The player in the middle of the ground is Shirley. Shirley out wide. Gigney will spoil this from behind. He couldn't quite get to the contest. He's tired. The big fella in Gigney across the paddle. It picks it, chips it over the top. Goes wide, out of bounds on the full.
He's had a little bit more time to steady there. Just the pressure of the defence from behind. He scooted off.
I guess for a lot of these young players, it's the biggest game they've played in. Melody, who's played in finals and winning finals in Perth, drives it long. Gigney was the target. Sujai Cook dragged off it by Pearce. Play on called the umpire. Pachoni gets a handball out. It's Matty Kluzak. Under pressure, one step high ball, crashing through Pyman. Claimed by Kelly, who's working back deep in defence. And there'll be a bounce. Matthew Kluzak's had 18 kicks, a handball and 1 goal. Must be high pace amongst the Eagles better.
Very high now, and he came on late in that first quarter too, so he hasn't played a full game, and as soon as he came on, he exerted his influence on this game of footy. 21 minutes gone, Nail. Still time for Glenelg to get up.
Time's on their side. They just can't allow the Eagles to kick a goal here. Piconi's been very, very good this afternoon. The tipper, catch me. He releases the ball to Kelly. Kelly, not the quickest bloke out there this afternoon, but definitely the courageous. Kicks it up. McEntee's in the contest. Brings the ball down to Corns. Running on to McCartney. He's been good in this last quarter. They're still in the contest. And Nicholas taken high there by Whelan. He really is exerting a lot of pressure, physical pressure, I mean, out there. He's young, one of the smallest players in Whelan.
Gee, I don't think the hand hit him there. It's just a fair dinkum contest at the footy.
Nicholas needs to go over the top here to Tippy. He doesn't. Punch it in, give McEntee and Corns a chance to jump at it. It's the high ball. At the back is Jamison. He takes the mark, Jamo.
He knows how to kick a goal, Paisley.
Certainly does. An inaugural leading goal kicker for the Adelaide Crows. Loves nothing better than to be able to sneak down there and just a little push. That was that experience.
Now take money here. Will it be a drop kick or a drop punt? Oh. It's a drop punt. It's on its way and it's accurate. They're back in this game, the Tigers. We're back to a 4-point ball game.
This is almost deja vu for the Eagles. A game early in the season at Adelaide Oval, the Eagles were about 15 points up with 10 minutes to go. Rouvray and Jamison were absolutely dominant from defence, and they haven't beaten them this year. The Eagles must clear this ball from the centre.
Round 10, and Glenelg got up by 2 points. You've picked it pretty well. 22.5 minutes, still plenty of time. 4-point ball game. You just think that next goal might win on a wave of emotion. Well, who's it going to be? The Eagles or Glenelg squaring up to Port Adelaide next week. Ugritic missed it. He could have taken it, but he claimed Burke in the tackle, which was a good recovery. This has been an epic contest. If you've just tuned in, it wasn't much of a game in the first half, but since half-time, it has exploded into an epic contest.
It's just had everything, hasn't it? I mean, it's just had ferocity at the footy. It's had the high marks. You won't see better high marks than what we've seen today. And two committed teams, young and enthusiastic, that have had a fair dinkum dip. And really, that's all you can ever ask for.
Whelan to Sicolello is good play. Sicolello uses the ball pretty intelligently, generally. Dillon, who's been an absolute live wire today. 15 kicks, 7 handballs, found plenty of the ball. And the Eagles are exploding. Now it's Chris Kluzak in front of Visca. And he'll steady the ship with a shot for goal.
He's got to kick right into the teeth of the breeze, which really has increased this quarter. Normally a very, very accurate kick.
Hyman will be under the ball, so too Pavlich.
You have to say, working against him, it's going to be a tough kick, this one.
What have we got him down for? Chris Kluzak, 1 point, 20 goals, 13 for the year. Lobs it right in the spirit to mark to Matty Kluzak. Brotherly love. And we said the next goal would win, and the Eagles have been able to just secure the important mark.
You reckon he saw him out the corner of his eye there?
No chance.
No, I think you're right. It was a bad kick, but Matthew Kluzak got himself into the right position, held a strong mark, and really has had a fantastic game since he's come on just before quarter time.
Kick number 19 for Matty Kluzak. He's got a goal, and this one takes the Eagles into the second semi-final against Port Adelaide next week. I don't know that Glenelg can recover. We're 24.5 minutes in, and they trail by 10 points. They'll need to kick 2 very quick goals.
No doubt about it.
I want you to have a look at this replay and tell me Chris Kluzak didn't try to bend in a torpedo punt on that kick.
I think you're right, Michael.
10-point ball game now. 11-12, 78. The Tigers 10-8, 68. To a tremendous start to the final series for 1999. You're going to watch all the action on your ABC throughout September, the first week of October. Comes out from Kelly, kicks it up forward again. The Tigers forwards caught behind. They can't allow this to happen. Good work again by Fruin. Heads out towards Floriani. Floriani and Hall have had a tremendous, or Hill have had a tremendous contest on the wing this afternoon. We're back in it. Golding's been put to the bench. Gigney's been moved into ruck. The lights are on here at Football Park. Again, Bigland's bowed down there, shares it off the pack, goes up towards Chicky and Corns. Corns 1-2 jump at it, can't get to it. A tackle should come on, needs to be applied, it wasn't. Comes through to Rogers. Rogers blasts the ball forward. Carr goes over his head. He needs to take it now in the contest, needs support. He's got Piccone. Piccone across to Kelly. Kelly needs to chip it up over the top. It comes out to McEntee. He'll have a jump at this, he does. One grab once again, can't bring it to ground. Cleaning up is McCartney. McCartney around his body, over his shoulder. The two Eagles players here, Colville and also Pearce. Colville goes it alone, heads out, looking for Dillon. In there also is Rouvray. Tipper's in there as well. Just releases the handball to Gigney. Gigney will go wider to Bode. The ball wasn't taken. Going down was Dillon. Good handball inboard to Chris Cluzak. Back to Floriani. Up again and coming back for the safe mark on the last line. There is Lance Piccone.
Piccone plays on quickly. Glenelg need to move the ball on. Cluzak's got him. Play on, said the umpire. No, it's a free kick. I think they'd cooked Glenelg. Piccone was trying everything. You couldn't blame him for trying to play on and force the pace. He had nothing but attack in his mind. No point defending at that point. But Matty Cluzak got him, and Cluzak, who's kicked 2 big second-half goals and really has found the stats of a midfielder from the forward line. 20 kicks coming up. Piccone can feel the disappointment, but he shouldn't be ashamed. He was trying his best. No shame in that. 2 goals to Cluzak. 10 points the margin. Blow it out to 16 points if he puts this through. The goal umpire's a good look. His teammates like it, but a point. So 11 points the margin. But time running out for Glenelg.
Really just have gone back to team footy, the Eagles. They've all done it collectively. Been a couple of individuals that have really provided the spark. Robert Kyman in the 3rd quarter and Matthew Cluzak in particular in the last half. But it has been a fantastic team effort from them in the last half.
The siren sounds, it's all over. 11 points. The Eagles have won, and they go into next week's second semi-final against Port Adelaide. They didn't defeat Glenelg through the regular season, but they've pulled something out of the hat to recover from 23 points down at half-time to win by 11 points. A stirring victory to the Eagles, and they go into next week's match against Port Adelaide, Paisley, with great confidence.
They certainly will. They're well and truly out of it in that first half. Glenelg provided all the run, and then we just saw the injury to Raiders and Sherwood that really upset the apple cart for Glenelg, who've relied so much on that running defence. And the Eagles came out after half-time, and they just played team footy. Mark Micken looks for about 3 or 4 important team rules that must be adhered to every time. Play in front, bring the ball to the front, centre it in the forward line, and then just run and create. And that's exactly what they did in that last half, and you can put it down to a number of players that provided the spark, but consistently in that last half, the majority of players really did just do their job and put their hand up.
You can see the disappointment. Glenelg have won, what, I think 7 out of their last 9, and they've been in tremendous form. The Eagles have won 5 out of 6, and Mark Micken would be pretty happy with that, as he's down on the boundary line with Michael Parsons.
Yes. And David Mackay said you'd be pretty happy with that. That was one hell of a fight back, Mark. Yeah, great effort. You know, I think we learned from the demons of the past that, you know, against Glenelg, that probably got us a couple of times, and we just kept banging away at it. We knew that at 3/4 time we had a bit of a chance, but we knew the game wasn't over. And I think that, you know, there's no greater quality than perseverance, and I think they showed just terrific perseverance today, and you know, a lot of maturity.
And speaking of maturity, some of your older guys may be on that half-back line in McCarthy, and your captain did a fantastic job.
They held up really strong, very, very solid back there, and you know, the number of times the ball went in and then came straight back out was terrific for us.
And here they come. Thanks, Mark.
And they deserve a warm round of applause, the Eagles, as they come off victorious. I guess in finals football plays, the emotion is a big factor, and the Eagles found it in the second half.
They certainly did, and just a word that Mark Meckin has mentioned more than once or twice is self-belief, and they just went in there at half-time. I think we mentioned it before, that they always thought that they were going to be a chance, and the players just rallied, stuck to those team rules, those team patterns that he has induced in them for the whole season, and they came out running and came out fired up. It was just terrific.
Injuries were a factor, though. Glenelg with Sherwood and Raiders off the field lost their drive from defence.
Take nothing away from Glenelg's commitment whatsoever. I mean, Raiders has been a pivotal player for Glenelg all year. He had a hamstring there that just twinged on him, and he couldn't take any further part of the game. Sherwood early was collected by a wonderful attack on the footy from Adam Pearce. Just took away that flexibility that Tony McGuinness had, and as a consequence really stood the Eagles in good stead.
Final scoreboard here at Football Park in the qualifying final. The Eagles 11-13. They kicked 3 goals, 3 in the final term. Glenelg only managed 2 goals, 1 to run out victors by 11 points.
Just having a look at the goal kickers there for the Eagles. Dillon from a wing kicked 3. That was an excellent result. Robert Pyman came on and kicked 2 in that third quarter. Matthew Kluzak, as we mentioned before, 2 from the forward line. Floriani, McCarthy, Wiggins and Pavlik, which with 1 each. And for Glenelg, there are only 2 multiple goal scorers were Higgins and McEntee, and singles all to Nicholas Bode, Corns, Melody and Rod Jamieson.
In the stats department, Paisy, you see that the Eagles found plenty of the ball when they were kicking it around, but Glenelg seemed to find more of it in the handball department.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, obviously, in this sort of thing in finals footy, you've got to get it on moving quickly, you've got to get it moving directly. And I think the real crucial one was the centre breaks. Glenelg clearly in front in the first half, and then the Eagles dominated that 7-4 in the last half, and inside 50 they really dominated in the last half.
Well, it sets up an interesting week next week. Next Sunday, we'll have the first semi-final between Glenelg and Norwood. The first match that'll come to you on the ABC network from 3 p.m. next week, and the second semi-final, Port Adelaide and the Eagles. The winner goes straight through to the grand final.
Well, you certainly can't want 2 better games than that. Norwood showed terrific form in the earlier game today, and the Eagles, they'll gain a lot from that and back themselves in against Port Adelaide, the old rival.
Don't forget Tuesday night, McGarry Medal night at 8:30 on the ABC network. Paige, you've already given us your favourite.
Yeah, I like Damien Squire, as everyone does, but don't be surprised if the likes of Justin Cicolella and also Adam Pearce poll pretty.
So join us next week at 3 o'clock next Sunday on the ABC network when we bring you Port and the Eagles, Glenelg and Norwood, to complete finals footy action on the ABC network. See you next week. Bye for now.